Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Evening.
Welcome to your Friday night service. It's a bit. Something's just suddenly popped into my head as I'm sat here. The curtains are open on the doors, and it's dark. We're doing our service, and it's dark.
It is dark.
It is dark here.
It doesn't seem that long ago I was sat on our decking in the glorious sunshine doing the service.
No,
and
it's dark, Tony.
It's dark. Well,
Yes,
good
it
evening.
is.
Good evening. Good evening, Deborah Adams, Lisa Fallon, Samantha Wright, Pam Duffy, Patrick Morgan, Facebook news.
Michael, get your finger out so you can get on, then I can see.
It's already on. I've got it on mine, Jean.
I ain't.
Yeah, it's already.
Well,
I'm fed up of this.
It's it's lovely to be here again with you all. There's too many people now going up the screen to mention. So let's see what tonight brings. It's Friday night. It's the first night of the weekend. So hello, Karen. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know who that is because they haven't obviously been in and clicked the button that says let them see my... Oh, Jean Sealing.
No, I'm scratching my arm.
All right, I'll let you off.
Got a niche.
Right. Yes, let's start with the opening prayer, followed by the Lord's Prayer, followed by Irene's lovely poem. And I know it's going to be lovely because they all are.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Oh, hello, Irene Elizabeth Renshaw, who just said good evening, everyone, and welcome.
Yeah. Hello.
She said that without even moving her lips. Look at her.
I know. I'm good.
Brilliant. Samantha, let me just put that comment up in case people can't see it. There.
Can I just say a huge thank you to Irene for your beautiful poem for our dear Reverend Wendy Perry and read beautifully. Oh, Samantha, you are very, very welcome, darling. Very welcome.
It was gorgeous.
I'm glad that it helped you, with the memories and the service. But thank you for your comment. Much appreciated.
It was lovely.
Yes.
Pam, you're right. I haven't seen Paul on tonight.
He's usually one that first turns on.
I know. Well, I hope everything's all right with him. I'll double check after the service if he doesn't come on.
We'll send his love.
Yes. So I will open the service with prayer, followed by the Lord's Prayer. If we can all bow our heads, please, friends, and join together for a moment of prayer and quiet meditation as we say, Heavenly Father, Divine Gracious Spirit, thank you so much for all the blessings that you've bestowed upon each and every one of us today. Father, as always, I promise that everything we do here tonight will be done with love, honesty and truth. Would you please lift the veil between the two realms to allow the guides and inspirers of Jean, Irene and myself to step forward to allow us clear communication with your realm. Let the loved ones of those present watching step forward to bring messages of truth, proof of love and upliftment. Father, at the end of this evening, we will hand back to you all which is rightfully yours with love, honour and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Can I just say before we go any further?
Yes, you can.
I have just, I lost our sulky a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess who's curled up on bed with me?
Oh, never.
Our sulky, I've just moved pillow. I could feel her. Claudine, she's curled up on the floor.
Oh, bless you.
Oh,
so
bless.
That's lovely. That's just
she's made her way back.
Yeah, she's come. She's come from spirit to see you, Jean.
Yeah, I thought what's moving on my bed. And he said,
right. Tonight's poem is it's called Behind Closed Doors. And I was actually given this from one of the churches that I went to. I didn't write this, but it's beautiful. It was written in 2005 by a lady from one of the churches I service in Leeds. I do services for, I should say. That sounded awful, didn't it?
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Right. It's called Behind Closed Doors. What goes on behind closed doors when we think that all is well? Is someone there who hides away from life but cannot tell just what it is that troubles them, the pain they bury deep within their hearts and memories at times disturbs their sleep. Could it be wrong they did to someone they hold dear and think that nothing they can do will chase away the fear that their love and friendship long enjoyed is now destroyed forever? But what they sometimes fail to see, true love is hard to sever. At times a simple sorry is the word we know is best. To clear the air and right past wrongs, our love will do the rest. Past grievances are swept away in the tide of love that flows, as once again we embrace our friends and feel at peace once more. Or could it be the painful loss of someone they hold dear, a loss so great they just can't cope as they wish they were still here? Time will heal such empty words to someone who is grieving, but time will bring the healing balm and make life again worth living. If you are one who hides away behind those tight shut doors, please know that you are not alone. The prayers of friends are yours. The time will come when you will find those prayers have healed your pain, and once again those closed shut doors will open wide again. And you'll emerge with added strength to meet a brand new day. The love and prayers of all your friends have opened up the way. Your memories remain within, but now you've learned to cope with all that life can throw at you, and you've found a new friend, hope.
oh,
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought when I was given it. And, you know, it was written by a lady called C.M. Berry, and she was the mother of the secretary in one of the churches that I go to. And she very kindly gave me this one.
lovely.
And I thought that was so nice of her. So
Yes.
thank you, Mrs. Berry, for your lovely poem.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you, Mrs.
yeah.
Berry.
Yes,
Thank you
Mrs.
very
Berry.
much. We like that.
We do. You may have a copy, kind sir, if you want one.
Lots and lots of lovely comments going up.
Oh,
I've just seen them, yeah.
And from our Deborah, I mean, we know it resonates with Deborah, bless her.
Makes sense. So thank you,
Makes
Deborah.
sense.
I do appreciate all of your lovely comments. And when we finish the service, I'll go back to the beginning and I'll read them all. And sometimes I get quite emotional because you say such lovely things. And I just, I hand over to Pam Ayres. Thank you, Michael. Bless him.
But it is true. It is true, because people who say you get over grief.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't get over grief. You don't get over the loss of a loved one.
You never do.
And this week's been a bit difficult for me because it's been National Miscarriage and Stillbirth Awareness Week. And there was a program on last night. I had to switch off actually because I couldn't watch it. I started watching it. I wanted to watch it, but it just resonated because, as you know, we lost a little boy through stillbirth. And you don't ever get over it. You learn to live with that bit of loss in your life, and you learn to work around it, which is what you do. So
I lost twin to Amy.
You did.
I told you I lost Amy's twin.
Yeah.
And it's true, Tony, what you're saying.
It is. And can I just say to people out there, the worst thing you can do is avoid somebody who's lost somebody. Even if you walk up and you say, I don't know what to say, but if you need me, I'm here. Because people would cross the street when they saw me and my ex-wife walking down the street because they didn't want to face it and didn't know what to say. Well, that's the best thing you can say. I don't know what to say. I'm terribly sorry.
Still acknowledge you.
Yeah. And so just, even if you reach out to somebody and, like I say, just say, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. That's enough.
It's like not many people knew I lost Amy's twin because I lost her early. She were in same sex, she were identical. So there were only a few. But our Amy's 35 now, and that was 35 years ago. And you still feel it at times. It's still as if,
you do.
Well, Amy, when she's kicking off, and I think, oh God, that would have been two of them kicking off.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I would have had both of them kicking off at once here.
Yeah.
But you still miss them, and it's true, Tony.
You do. And even it not just
I never got a chance to hold her, but
no, I mean, that's the thing.
Me.
We did. They dressed him. Yeah. They dressed him and brought him in a Moses basket and said, "You can have as long as you want." We could have had him there for 2 days if we wanted, but it's hard, and it's not just the loss of a baby; the loss of anybody.
Anybody,
And actually, saying the word loss isn't right because you don't lose them; they've just crossed.
Yes,
but. Anyway, there you are. So the best thing you can do is just to reach out and say, I don't know what to say. If you need anything, give me a shout, and that'll be enough. So anyway, it just
I just think sometimes all I do if I know somebody's lost or passed over, I just put my arms out and just say, "Come on, let's have a hug." And let them cry on my shoulder, make a cup of tea, and you talk all you want, and I will listen.
Yeah, I'll sit and listen.
Yeah. And sometimes that's all it takes, but it's appreciated.
It is. And the other thing is, you move backwards and forwards through grief. So you might start to think, oh, I'm starting to see some sunshine. Like you said, there's hope.
Yeah.
You always have hope. And then the next morning you can get up and you can feel back to where you were in the first day. And so don't ever beat yourself up about grieving because it's important.
Doesn't it?
It's hard work, grief. Josh would have been 26. And I still at times, like when that program came on, I was back in that hospital room.
Yeah.
I was back in that hospital room and it felt raw, so I had to switch it off. But, but there we are. Yes, Jen, I agree with you, Jen. Jen Gill's just put, grief is timeless. Grief is timeless.
But it's not only babies and children. I mean,
anybody.
I lost my mum and dad 7 weeks and 1 day between them.
Oh, and gosh, I remember you saying.
I lost my dad in the August, and I'd lost my mum. It's coming up to her 20 years ago, and it's the 20th anniversary of my mum passing on the 24th of October. But even now, sometimes I'll have a few tears and I'll just say, "Oh, Mum, I wish she was here. I want to talk to you." And I know that she's just across the veil, but sometimes I need that hug and have my mum's arms. Yeah. But
and
I've got my husband and I've got my two lovely friends here and my best friend, so I know I can pick up the phone anytime. So, but
I remember my mum died when I was 12.
Yeah.
So my dad fetched us up and he had to pack in work to fetch us up. And I can remember going into Marks and Spencer's and getting my first bra. I told you, Tony.
Yeah, you did.
My dad was my dad like hovering over one column and I'm there looking at bras and knickers and picking this bra up and shouting across Marks and Spencer's to my dad saying, "Dad, will this bra fit me?" But it happens. And then when I started my periods, my dad's going up street. Mrs. So-and-so's like it, and Mrs. So-and-so's like it. And then my eldest sister, she said, "You'll be like it for about 50 years, Well, I broke down. I wanted a sex change. I wanted to be a boy. I didn't want to be like it for 50 years. She didn't say, it's every month and it could be for 50 years. You like it.
Yeah,
But-
you were going to be like that for 50 years.
Yeah, it's just little things what make me laugh. And like for years, I used to pick phone up and think, I'm going to ring my dad and see how he is today, because my dad's been gone 30 years.
Yeah.
And I can remember thinking, well, you silly bugger. You can't
I do the same.
talk over the phone to your dad.
Yeah.
My mum did it to a sister. My mum's eldest sister passed a lot of years ago. And
I can laugh now, and you can laugh, and that's
I
what's
need to
good.
tell Flo about that. And of course, Flo's not going to be there to answer the phone, bless her.
But it's nice we can still laugh and have that humour about it.
Yeah. But there are a lot of people in the world that aren't at that stage yet. And we do understand, and it's important. And Deborah and anybody who's grieving and anybody who's
lost.
Anybody in our congregation who needs something, just drop us a message. We're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will respond. Might not be immediately, but we will pick the messages up and get back to you. We will, honestly.
Can I just answer this, Caroline? Yes. What I will do is over the weekend I will get you a copy of this poem for you, sweetheart. Okay? Because Caroline Jane Ralph, can I have a copy of the poem if possible? It makes sense. Yes, darling. I will get one done for you, and I'll send it through on Messenger for you, sweetheart. But it might be over this weekend.
As you were saying your poem, the flame on my candle was dancing.
Oh, lovely!
Wow.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. Spirit must be listening in then, and must be with us as always.
With us,
and with you, they're always with you. They're always with you. Bless.
Absolutely, they never leave us.
Okay, no. So that turned into a little bit of philosophy, didn't it? While we were
all talking.
Yes, and it's amazing. I mean, if anybody watched Little Port's service last night, it's really amazing the way that Nick would give an address and then the poem or the reading said, and that fits in, and they haven't talked about it. And then the poem I read fitted in with everything he was saying as well. And then Reverend Lynn, oh gosh. If you want to laugh, you should watch one of Reverend Lynn's addresses. Oh, good grief. It's hilarious. Adam and Eve and a yogurt pot and a turkey baster. I will never get over it.
Yeah.
Never get over it. I won't. I will never get over it.
Oh, bless. Right.
Oh, but anyway.
Can I just say as well, if anybody needs to be put in our healing books, I've got mine open at the side of me. Just drop it on the comments and we'll put you in our healing books. Them in. Yeah.
And then we'll send healing on Sunday when we do our what I call our divine service, where we do healing and things. So
Michael, it's just put on. It's like a loose swimming.
I know.
It's talking about them last night.
Oh, I thought he was talking about us.
I thought he was talking about somebody on here being a loose woman.
No, I think about your last night.
Charlotte Jones, please, says Julie Deakin.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Well, there we are. That's what I love about spiritualism. Spirit are always in charge, so we will end up going down the path that they want us to go down.
I think Julie Darlington. Yes, please, Irene.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael. I'm not putting that comment up.
It's the philosophy that gets you thrown out of the SNU churches. Oh, sorry.
We weren't supposed to have said it, Irene.
Sorry.
Tis true. There we are.
Dear.
Oh, hello, Pippin. Do you want some healing? Is that what you come to tell me? You don't need healing for that, darling. Go away. Oh, dear. She's come into season, so she was empathising with what Jean was just talking about. Bless her, aren't you, darling?
Okay.
And it feels like she's been like that for 50 years, and it's only been a week, and it's been 10 days.
I know, bless her. She's got period pains, bless her. Her tummy hurts a little bit.
Yes.
Oh.
And she needs to get a bit better about things, don't you, darling? Okay.
She's only young.
She is. She's 14-month-old. But there we are. Let's get back to the surface.
Let's get back to where we are and not sex education.
No, sex education for Bedlington Terriers. There we are. Jean, I don't know.
Go on,
I
love.
don't know if the gentleman I've got is your Cedric, but I've got this lovely old gentleman just sat next to me here. Oh, but that is so true, Lisa Fallon. God is where you are. You don't need a place or a church to go and talk to him. You don't.
That's very true. Very, very
Jesus,
true.
Jesus did say, where two people are gathered in my name, there I shall be.
Yep.
There's
Yes.
3 of us, 4 of us, 5, 6 if you count the Beddington Terriers, all gathered together here in the name of God. So there we are. I've got this lovely old gentleman that's come and sat next to me, and I know Jean said earlier she's got a gentleman called, well, she got the name Cedric as she came upstairs, and he is this lovely gentleman that's just sat himself down, and he's like, you know, I'll have a cup of tea and I'll have a chat. So he's got that feel about him. He feels more like a grandfather type figure as he's connecting with me, and he's just come really close. I've just got, you know, the chills down your back. Oh, right down my spine as he sat and came really close to me. And the closer they come to me is the closer the connection they were here. So he would have had a really close connection with somebody who's watching in the congregation there. He wants to be outside and he wants to be pottering. So he would have been in the garden, and he would have been in the shed, and he would have been in the garage doing stuff. And he's just saying, I didn't like the hassle. I would just get out the road if they were starting. So, you know, when like we get together and we put the world to rights, he'd have got out the way and gone in the garden and started pottering around and just kept out of the road. He said he didn't want any of that. So he would have kept himself to himself, and he would have just potted on. I haven't got Cedric. I've got Derek.
Well, I said, I didn't know if it was said and then Rick or said Rick. I weren't quite sure. But I just heard it.
It could be 2 different things.
Yeah, it could be.
I've just got a Derek. I'm not saying Derek's connected to him. I'm just saying Derek would have been somewhere around and about as he's talking. Now, I don't want to be really stereotypical, but I've got, like, in my mind's eye, I'm at the dog track, you know, in Hillsborough, watching the greyhounds and stuff. So I don't know if he would have liked the dogs, or if somebody likes going to the dogs. It's just said, I'm pleased down where I am because I think the world's going to the dogs. So
don't blame him.
He has got a sense of humour about him. No, I can't talk about that. He's starting to talk politics, and I'm not going to start talking politics. But I know he would have had views on things, is what I'm saying. So once he got started, it's like he's on his soapbox, and he would have had to have his say when he got going. Okay. He's given me the family with 5. So either 5 children, 5 grandchildren, or mum and dad and 3 children, but there'd have been family connected around the 5. And he's given me the month of December as being significant in the family, and I've seen a wreath, so that would be for a passing. The anniversary of a passing would be around December. And there is a birthday around now because he's just given me the birthday cake with the candles on, so I know he's acknowledging a birthday around now. Oh, Tracy Lapworth. All right, sweetheart.
That sounds right.
That fits Tony.
It does. Tracy, would you understand the anniversary of a passing around December and the birthday around about now? So where are we? We're sort of the middle of October. Going into November. And he's a lovely chap. He's a lovely chap. He really is a lovely, lovely gentleman. He's given me issues in the stomach. His great-grandson's birthday is today. Oh, bless you.
Happy birthday.
Bless you. Happy birthday to to this gentleman's great grandson. He's acknowledging issues around the stomach. So I don't know if that's somebody here or somebody's spirit side of life that would have stomach issues. And for some reason, Trace, he's just made me stop and take a really deep breath. So I feel like what he's saying around you is there's a situation where you need to take a really deep breath and take a pause around a situation before you move forward again, because I feel like you just need some time out around a situation, if you can understand that for me. Right, okay. No, okay. And also, what is that? It's just showing me a suitcase, but when he's opened it up, it's full of... No, it's not full of that, Sarah. I can't say that. Stuff. I'll say stuff. And he says it's all paperwork and all bits and pieces. So you must be able to understand where somebody would keep... Hello, Ed. Somebody would keep a...
Tony saying hello, Ed.
Hello, Ed.
Hi, guys.
Where somebody would have had a suitcase with all the paperwork in and photograph album and all sorts of... He's saying it again in my ear and I can't say what he's saying. And he says it needs sorting out because a lot of it you're never going to need again. And somebody must keep, like my mum and dad used to, bank statements right back from like 1984 and stuff. So somebody must have really kept a load of stuff and be a bit of a hoarder, I think is where he's going with that. I'm not saying it's you, Trace, but you must understand where somebody was a bit of a hoarder and kept things. Right, okay. Bless. Is just saying she's with him. So I don't know if we're saying his wife's with him or there's somebody with him. But you must also be able to understand a recent passing, and recent for me goes back 5 years, but I know for Jean it's between now and 3 years. But there's there must be a passing in the last few years that is acknowledging as well, and he wants somebody to know that they made it there safely. So somebody must be asking the question, I wonder if they're all right. I wonder if they're all right. I wonder if they got there all right. And yes, they did get there okay. He is pulling his energy away from me a little bit, sweetheart, but he's given me... somebody must have had his wallet because his daughter's been gone a year and his wife is with him. Yeah, somebody must have had his wallet, and there must have been little photographs, family photographs, tucked in the back of his wallet. So he just wants to acknowledge that, and he also wants to acknowledge something that was put in. He's putting something in my pocket, so I feel like something went with him. Somebody must have put something in with him, and he wants to thank people for that. He is starting to leave me, sweetheart, so I will leave all of his love with you and your husband, and just say, God bless you and thank you for allowing me to work with this lovely gentleman. And I'll see if Jean or Irene have got anything to add to that.
Yeah, I'll go, because I'm really pleased that somebody could accept him, because I were in bathroom. I just walked upstairs and gone in bathroom, and I heard him, somebody said Cedric, and I thought, now am I hearing this correct? So I am pleased, Tracy, that your husband can and you can accept him, bless him. Because what is coming as well, and what he's saying is, I know Tony's give you quite a lot there of what we would have been said anyway, because we connect with one another. And I do know about the issues, what needs sorting, darling. But there's somebody, if it's not yourself, what's very close, darling, what feels as though they're treading in treacle. And it's as if they're sinking, sweetheart, as though they can't get their feet out. And I don't know if that's the situation, what Tony's been on about. What he's saying, you will. And as I'm saying that, I've got my wellies out, so I don't know if he liked to go walking or if he, had a little allotment or something, because I've got my wellies out, darling, and I'm wanting to go out and get in the fresh air, even if it's raining, go and blow all them cobwebs off, he's saying. And this is how he's making me feel. And darling, I know there's somebody not quite. Thank you. I know there's somebody around you at the moment, sweetheart, not feeling 100% because they're sending the healing there as well. And I don't know, like I said right at the beginning, I've got my cat, bless her, on bed. She'd been past 2 weeks. But I do feel as though it's telling me that you felt people on your bed, sweetheart. You've been laid in bed and you felt the bed dip a little bit, or you thought somebody were pulling covers. And I don't want to scare you or anything, but can I just say it's spirit, sweetheart, what's coming around, and they're just wanting to let you know at this moment in time that they're with you and they're trying to help, because these things that you're asking, and they are trying to help you there. So you've just got to give them time, because they can't answer everything at once. It does take a little bit of time. All right, talking. And I don't know if it were Grandad what used to mend his own shoes, but they're making me aware that somebody's had to have the shoes, or they want the shoes resoling. Oh, bless you, darling, because they're with you. I don't know if somebody needs the heels or the shoes, resoling. I don't know if people still do it today, but he's making me aware that that's what they did. So I don't know if he did it. And can you ask, darling, if you know anybody who's got the, is it a knobbing foot, what they used to mend shoes?
Don't know.
Is that what they call it?
Don't know.
They used to call. Oh my goodness.
I think what you mend shoes, you stuck your shoe on end and they mended them.
They call them a last. That's what they call them. They called a last.
Because they're making me aware of one of those, darling. So I don't know if he did make his own shoes or if it was somebody who Grandad knew who mended the shoes, because he's talking about that as well. Right. It's all right, darling. Just take it, because it's coming with everything what we've said. So please just be aware of that. And I know Tony mentioned the wallet as well, but he's giving me a club card. So I do know it would have been, is it affiliated of a club? Because he's talking about that as well. And he says he always liked his Sunday dinners. So I do know a gentleman what liked his veg and his meat and, stuff like that. But I don't know why I'm talking about that food, but you can understand where somebody likes egg and chips, because I've got egg and chips and I'm dunking my chips in my dippy egg. I like them.
So do I.
So you can understand that, darling. He wants to send some healing and some thoughts over to your husband, because at the minute, well, that's best food. He's wanting to send that. He wants to send that love and that healing over to your husband, darling. And there's something, I don't know, somebody's getting pins and needles in the hand. I'm getting it in my left hand. I'm not saying it's definitely the left hand, but I'm getting pins and needles, darling, in my left hand. So I know somebody's having a few problems with the hand at the moment, tingling, pins and needles, because he's making me aware of that. Right, we'll send healing. We'll get him in his healing book. But I hope you can understand the hand issues as well, sweetheart. And I don't know, I've got to have a good clear out, but in my mind, both of you, I feel for you, love, because I've only got it in one hand and it's annoying. You've got to have a big clear out in your mind, sweetheart. You've got to get, I can't say what he said, but you've got to get rid of all that what's not good up there. Get rid of it, throw it away, because people, I've got to say that, bless him, he's saying people are coming to you and not telling you the exact truth. It's as if they're telling you what they think you want to hear. And that's how he's making me aware, darling. Don't listen to all the gossip and don't listen to everything. Would you please, I don't know if it's yourself, but somebody's got to mend the outside gate because it needs lifting. When you're shutting it, is making me aware, or it's not fastening, but I'm wanting to lift it to fasten it. So there's something to do with an outside gate here, darling, is making me aware. And somebody goes round, they go around at night checking the windows and the doors are locked. Either once, well, they do it once, but then they'll go around again, he's saying, to make sure everything's locked up. And it's just, oh, bless him. Dodgy gate. And he's just said, will you lock your door, your back door, when you're in on your own? I think he wants to keep you all secured and make sure you're looked after. Hubby. We all blame us hubbies. But then mine goes to bed and leaves everything to me anyway. He'll say, I've locked up for you and I still have to go around and have another look. But it's as if he's wanting to put you in that little bubble, darling, and look after you and keep you safe. I know we've talked about babies, but can I give you the babies in the spirit world, sweetheart? Because, that's why then. That's lovely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because he's talking about the babies in the spirit world. They're not all supposed to be yours, darling, but he's talking about the babies. He's saying it's got to be Nan, never changed. So I don't know why he means with that, but she's never changed. And also, darling, can you? And I've got a Christmas, but I know you've mentioned December, haven't you, Tony? But can you remember there was a Christmas birthday, and there is a Christmas birthday because somebody's moaned about fancy having, like Tony's 24th of December, like fancy being born on Christmas because of toys. Will you remember I've given you that, darling, if you can't think about it? Because somebody's moans that they don't get separate toys for the birthday and Christmas. It seems to be all merged into one. And all right, darling. Right. Thank you. And I'll come on quickly because I'm going to go and pass you on to Irene. And I know I've mentioned shoes, but somebody's just bought some shoes, darling. They've either bought shoes or they bought boots. He's talking about footwear. All right. And I'm going to give me March. I'm sorry. I've got to take you to March, and I've also got to give you Easter. And he said Easter, not when Easter is, because Easter's all over the place, but he said Easter. So there's something special happened at Easter, sweetheart. And before I leave you, I've just got to give you 7:10. So I don't know if that's when he passed or there was a passing at 7:10. All right, sweetheart, and I'll leave that with you and send a night and God bless, Tracy.
Hi, Trace. Just bought hubby some slippers.
Bless.
Bless.
I know there's something to do with footwear.
Yeah. There's not really a lot more I can add to that, Trace, because Tony and Jean have said it all. But I think it was Jean that said you've got your head all muddled up. I've got a little hamster going round on a wheel here, and it's like I want to sort of stop the world and get off because everything's a muddle. Your head's a shed at the moment, sweetheart. So what he's saying is just cut it out and just let it go because it's not worth keeping. And I've got to go across to the lady very quickly. I know that you said about the traditional grub that he liked, but I've got this lady cooking. She did all her own food. She did all her own pies and stuff like that because there was no ready meals in her day and everything had to be made from fresh. And there's somebody around you who likes to do the cooking as well. And she's and she's got the rolling pin out, but she's just sort of saying that she liked to make her own pastry and everything, but it was difficult to keep everything fresh, so that she had to cook on a daily basis, sweetheart. Okay, but she didn't mind that because when she did cook and make these pies, especially on Sunday, she knew that she was going to have quite a few around the table, and she counted that, and it's like feeding the 5,000. She's telling me, your daughter cooks a lot. Oh, that's lovely, and she's very proud of that, sweetheart, because she's here and she's giving a thumbs up, you know, just to say it's good to be able to, for the young ones to cook. And she's also just making me aware that 5 kids to keep. Oh my goodness. I only had 2. That was enough. But no, that's all she wants to say, sweetheart. She's just proud of you all, and she comes round you, as Jean and Tony have said, she comes round you a lot, and you know she just wants you to know that she is around you, and she does come in visitation. And all right, darling. Is it, if it's not you, there must be somebody around you that needs a new cooker, or wants a bigger cooker, or is thinking of changing the kitchen, because she's just shouted out new cooker. So if you can't take that at the moment, remember that I've given it to you, sweetheart. Okay, and I will say good night and God bless, and thank you for working with us.
Thank
Oh,
you.
what a lovely lady I had.
Oh, bless. Jessica,
Yeah.
I can see your comments.
Yes, so can I, Jessica.
Why, what's the matter?
Jessica says, can anyone see my comments? I'm not seeing all the comments.
I ain't seen Jessica's.
No, not at the moment for a cooker. Well, remember, I've given it to you, sweetheart, because you might hear, if it's not you, you might hear of somebody wanting or needing a new cooker in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, yeah. You're very welcome, sweetheart.
You are. You're very, very welcome.
Can I give this lady off, please?
Go on then.
Because she's been here and I'm surprised she's waited as long, to be honest. I've got this lady, not very large in size. Probably my height, might be, if anything, about that smaller, but not much. I know she had problems with the throat. She kept losing her voice and her throat, and nobody listened for a while. I don't know if that's what was the problem when she passed, but she kept losing her throat. And I can't say exactly what she said, but she did say this hill would kill me. So she must have lived on an hill, or she had to climb an hill, because she's saying that would have took her one day when she was poorly. But it's more of a voice, it's what's getting to her, because she kept losing it, and just when she thought she'd get back. And I'm going on for a while. I'm not just going for a couple of weeks. This went on for a while as she's coming in here. Hiya, Dad, Alan. As she's talking, she's a bit frustrated at the moment. She said that she was the type of person what would have said what she had to say. Or she had short hair, she's telling me. Short hair. It weren't as grey as mine. It were a bit darker. She's saying she got very frustrated at times. And there's somebody on the earth plane what's getting frustrated. And if she was here, there's no way it would have carried on. And she's talking about the kids. Not kids. Is it for you, Lisa, then, love? Because she's talking about the kids and getting frustrated and everything. And so if it, just answer yes or no, love, if it's for you. Because she's getting frustrated, and I know that she's telling me at times she would have lost it. She says, I could lose it. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. She says, because I wasn't. She says, but there were times that things had to be said. And this is what's happening now. It's time that things were said. So there's something what's got to be said now, darling. I feel it is you, Lisa. I feel it is you. She's making me feel. I know this lady, bless her, she wasn't well. She were all right till her voice started going, but then she just seemed to go down a bit, darling, as though that knocked her, and it made her not well. And she didn't like that at all. She didn't like not feeling well, because I do believe that she was the main person of the family. And that she was the main part of the family, darling, and she kept everybody together. And it was as if, bless her, she's saying, when she passed, it was as if different parts of the family didn't seem to keep together, and it were all left to one or two of you to keep everybody together here. She's mentioning April. I'm hearing her mention April, so I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. April the name, and April the month. So you must understand April as a name, because she's going on with this. All right, Duck, she's talking about that. So if it's you, sweetheart, she's trying to help you and support you the best way she can. But she's saying at the moment it seems to be all you what's having to do it, when there's more of you. I've got five. She's mentioning 5. So I don't know if it's you and your family, Lisa, I don't know. But she's mentioning 5. and she's saying that it just seems to be you having to sort everybody out, or if they need anything. Ah, thank you. I didn't know you had a sister called April. And she's talking, she's saying it seems to be you, and it's not fair putting everything on you. It should be shared. Should be shared out, love. Okay, and it's not on. I do know you're Katie. Now I know your name. I do know you're Katie. Not properly, I only know because of living where you lived. All right, but she's saying that. How can I put this? But your mum taught thing. She needs to get herself together. Can I say that? I'm not going down any other way. She's got to get herself together. So I hope you can understand. And I don't want to put it back onto you, but she needs to sort things out and get herself together. All right, darling. I know we said April was birthday as well, but can I just tell you? In fact, you could take every month for a birthday. Every month that you could take for a birthday or an anniversary, love. All right. She's talking about that, and she's saying that I don't know. Come on, love. She's standing back a bit because your dad's wanting to come in. She's stepping back for your dad. Come on then, sweetheart. He's stepping back, and just bear with me. He's coming in, but I can't hear what he's saying to you, Lisa. I can feel him, and I can just hear him. But he's saying as well, sweetheart, somebody needs to stop smoking. This is coming from Dad. Somebody needs to stop smoking. And it's just said, and twag the age. They've got to twag the age. They're grown up now. It's saying somebody's got, bless. My dad will like that, darling. It's saying somebody's got to act the age. I hope you can understand all this. And I don't know how to put that without saying. Can I just say you need a bit more support and put it in that way? Right, because he's saying you need a bit more support, don't? Because you're not very old yourself to be taking everything on. Oh, pack it in. And he's coming in with this. I'm going to pass it on, darling, because like I said, I do know a little bit about you. I have given you a reading before, but I didn't know this was Mum. And I've given you a reading before, so I'll pass you on to Tony or Irene, and I'll say, God bless, sweetheart, from these. From Mum and Dad, should I say.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry.
Right. Lisa, what I'm getting for you, sweetheart, I mean, I know that Jean said about you taking all this stuff on. There are other people in the family, and you shouldn't be, you're taking too much on your shoulders, sweetheart. And I do know that they always come to you, but you've got to learn to say no. This is what I'm being told, sweetheart. You've got to learn to say no, and you've got to learn to say, look, I want 5 minutes to myself. If you've got a problem, you go and sort it out. It's okay helping people, but you're being taken advantage of, sweetheart, if you understand that. And there's concerns because it's not helping you keep yourself going. You're more what's the word I'm looking for?
It's making her ill.
Yeah. You're sort of like drowning in it all, if you like. And I don't mean that literally. I just mean that it's getting more and more and more. And as you said, you've always been there, but it's your time, Lisa. You've got your own family, you've got your own husband. Let them sort it out themselves. Don't try and take it too much on, because I think Jean said in the last message about treacle, I've got you sinking in mud here, and I can't get my feet out the mud. You're stuck in one place. So just ask them to back off a little bit. And this is what I'm getting from this gentleman, is because this concerned that you're not looking after yourself properly because you're taking everybody else's stuff on, if you know what I mean. I can't say the words that he's saying, obviously, but you know what I mean. And he's also saying you need a clear out in your head as well, because you've got all this stuff going in, and you don't know which way to do. Yes, I know, sweetheart, but it doesn't matter, darling. All it's saying is that there's concerned because you're taking too much on, darling, and you need to have that rest. You need to shut the door and say no, turn your phone off and just say, I'm not doing that anymore. Give me a bit of peace. And you'll find that if you have just a couple of hours, you know, it will make you feel a lot better. Right, okay, darling. I haven't got much more for you, sweetheart. I'm just going to say that you know that they're around you. You know your dad's around you, because I know that you're very spiritually aware, and you know he's there for you, so you can always talk to him, sweetheart. And I'm going to pass you on to our Tony to see if he's got anything to add. Good night, darling. God bless.
I haven't actually got a lot, Lisa. I got a lady's energy, and as the lady was connecting with me, she was giving me a locket. So would you be able to understand where the locket would be, sweetheart? And also she was giving me a little bracelet as well. Does anybody want a Bedlington Terrier?
You don't mean that, Tony.
Yeah. Snapping at the people walking past, I do. She's given me a little bracelet as well, sweetheart. That must have been left from Spirit. Just wants you to be able to take that step back away from these situations that you've been pulled into and concentrate on you and your family, because she's saying everybody else is old enough and old enough to look after themselves. She enhanced that a little bit, but will not go down that route. But you know, they're big enough to look after their own issues and problems. So just try and take that time. As she is pulling away from me, I've got a piece of Jean will know what one of those is, because she's got one on a dining room table.
What you bought me? You and Michael?
And also she's given me, what is that? Because you can't kill them. And what is that? Somebody must light candles on like birthdays in Spirit and anniversaries and things, because she's showing me candles being lit and next to photographs. So I feel these candles are being lit in memory of sweetheart, and she's just acknowledging that as well. So I will leave the love of Spirit with you and say God bless, because
Tony, she said she didn't hear that bit. Can I just pass it on? He said that you lit candles in memory of. There was a little bracelet. That were right, weren't it? A bracelet, a locket, and you light candles in memory of. Outside of photos.
Kate and Kate does candles. Right.
That's
okay.
all right. There you go.
Found them. Okay, darling. Bless you. Thank you so much. These lilies, they're almost impossible to kill.
Hey, and it shows you I'm keeping that going.
Yeah.
And you should see my orchid. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Is it an orchid? You bought me an all?
Yeah.
Lisa says she got that bit, but she didn't get what you had on your table, Jean.
Oh, a peace lily.
Peace lily.
Peace lily. Yeah, I've got one of those on my windowsill.
Irene,
they're lovely.
have you
I have actually. It's going to sound very strange, but when we finished our private reading at lunchtime, I went and made myself a cuppa, and I got in my chair, and almost immediately I've had this lady with me nearly all afternoon, and the only way I can describe her is that she looks like Cilla Black in her younger days, and she's got the hair like Cilla had them, and she's got the fringe on, and I keep asking her why she's here, but she's not telling me. She's not giving me any names, but she's giving me the song by Cilla Black, Anyone Who Had a Heart. So I don't know if this is somebody that's just going, that is aware of somebody on earth that's going through a breakup, or they've just met the love of their life, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm being taken to Liverpool because of this, and I'm also getting Cilla Black's The Liverpool Lullaby as well. So I don't know if there's any association with Liverpool. It's either that or whoever this is for. They sort of like they like the Liverpool sound, the music, Jerry and the Pacemakers, the Beatles, Cilla, and all the others that go. What colour has her hair? Come on, what colour? She's showing me a little bit lighter than Cilla, like a red. I'm getting like a red, only it's a dark red. It's more like a coppery red. This is what she's telling me, sweetheart. Whether that was her colour or whether it was the colour of somebody down here, I don't know. But like I say, she's got this a little bit like Cilla Black used to look when in her younger days. Right, Emma, your family's from Liverpool. Right, okay. Can you take Emma then where somebody would have liked all the old 60s songs from Jerry and the Pacemakers and Cilla and the Beatles, because she's giving me all these songs from that era. I don't know how old she is, sweetheart. She's presenting to me like Cilla Black in her younger days, but I don't know how old she is now because she's not giving me that information, sweetheart. But I'll carry on with it. Pardon?
They don't always, do they?
No, they
always
don't.
tell you how old they are. No.
They'll only tell you what they want you to know.
Absolutely. Well, she's come because come on, sweetheart. She's coming to let you know, if this is for you, Emma, she's coming to let you know that she wants somebody to take a trip back to Liverpool. Jade, I know my sister's Nana. Right, okay. Right, okay, Emma. So you can take all the songs. That's absolutely brilliant. Would you understand then, Emma, where somebody is wanting to take a trip back to Liverpool to have a walk down memory lane? I don't know if she's talking about somebody doing the family tree or somebody going to find out some information. What's that, darling? She's talking about no, I'm not Michael. Cheeky. Is cheeky or Michael?
Tonight he's on it, isn't he? He's on form tonight.
It, yeah. Right. Yeah. What she's telling me is that somebody in the family is doing research on the family tree, and they need to go back to check out the churches where marriages were. I know you can do it all on the internet now, but she's insisting that somebody wants to take this trip back to Liverpool, sweetheart. So I don't know if you understand that. Right. Yes, of course. Yeah. Well, as long as you can take it, Emma, we're absolutely fine. You was going to go but the other week, but they're on lockdown. Yeah. They are on lockdown now. Yeah. Well, as soon as you can, sweetheart. She's talking about family that are still in Liverpool. And she's saying that she misses going round the streets like they used to when she was younger. And I'm talking when she was this lady was growing up in Liverpool. She's not giving me a name, unfortunately. I keep asking, but she's not giving me a name. But she's come dressed in the 60s style with the short skirts and the nice tops and the long leather boots that came up. She's a lovely, lovely lady, and she's bless her. She says, I've toned my accent down because I know that you wouldn't understand it, because sometimes they've got a really thick accent. But she's a lovely, lovely lady, and she just wants you to know that she's coming around you, sweetheart. She's talking also. Right. Okay, darling. Well, she's wanting to let you know that she is around you, and she's talking about, what is it? I don't know if you'd understand where somebody's had an argument, or there's an argument going on in the family, because she's making me aware of something that's happening. She's making me aware that there's sort of a little rift in the family where there's some arguments going on, and she's sort of wagging a finger and saying it's time it was sorted. She's not telling me what it is, sweetheart. It's not for me to know, but she's wanting to say it's been going on long enough and it's time it was sorted. Okay. And bless, she says that she could eat a pan of scouse, so obviously you would know what that means. But she's just sort of wanting to reminisce, and she really wants you to know that she's around you. She keeps saying it. Oh dear. Oh, that's a shame, sweetheart. That's a shame. Can I just say, darling, you only have one mum, and it'd be nice if you could get together, but this is what this lady's saying, and she's holding a finger up and wagging it, saying it's time it was sorted. It's been going on far too long, you know. And oh right, okay, who's that then? She's talking about a Josh or Joshua, maybe not related to you, but she's talking about oh, you made one the other night. Oh, that's lovely. Okay then, sweetheart. Well, if you're passing my way, I'll have some.
Did you put some barley in it?
Yeah, I hope you put barley in it. You've got to make it a proper scouse.
Yeah, barley's got to go in it. My friend's scouse, and she from Liverpool, and she has barley.
Yeah. Right. And this lady's also talking about, you might not know, Emma, but you might have to ask. She's talking about some jewelry that was left, and she's saying, look at the photographs. Have a walk down memory lane and look at the photographs, sweetheart. And I'm going to leave it there, sweetheart, and I'm going to see if our Tony or oh, you can't. Oh, bless.
Oh, bless.
Oh, well, we'll let you off then, Emma. We'll let you off.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you go now and see if Arjun and Tony have got anything for you, sweetheart. Thank you for working with me.
Tony, have you picked anything up?
Just little bits. I've got to be honest, I didn't have the lady. I've got a gentleman that's connecting, and the gentleman, as he's connecting to me, he's presenting himself with I can't tell if it's a tie or a necker, a neckerchief round his neck. And he feels like he's coming through on a very grandfatherly type link again. And he's just bringing the same sort of stuff as you've had off Irene, really, that you need to just sort things out. Things need to be settled. But he's also talking to me about the month. Oh, right. I just knew there was something around his neck, and it didn't look like a tie, so I couldn't see where it was. And he's just talking also about the fact that would you understand, please, why he's taking me on the water? I don't know if somebody worked on ships but I'm on the water, and he's talking about being on the water. And he's also wanting me to acknowledge that times haven't been exactly settled for you. I know they're not settled for anybody at the minute. We're all up in the air, but he's talking about there are reasons why your life feels a little bit more up in the air and not settled down properly. And he's just saying you just need to give it time. Give it time.
I went on the Mersey.
You need. Oh, lovely, brilliant. Like I don't know if it was Gina or Irene said earlier in the private room, you're climbing up the mountain and you're nearly at the top, but you've got to give yourself time. Like we were talking about with grief, things aren't always settled. It isn't that you go from A to B to C to D with these things. You can go from A to D and then back to B and then up to C and then back to A. So just be careful where don't set yourself up to fail, I think is what he's saying. Give yourself time and understand that it's ups and downs. It's ups and downs. He wishes he could smooth things out for you, but he can't. It can just give you strength and guidance from spirit to take things forward. All right, sweetheart. Somebody must have had faith as well, because I'm seeing rosary beads, so I don't know where the Catholic connections are, or if somebody had a faith that you would understand in the family, but I've just seen rosary beads. And I've also seen I don't like to ask questions, but would you understand where there's a grave with a photograph? A headstone with a photograph. I don't know if the photograph's propped against the headstone or there's a headstone with a photograph in it. They were all Catholic. Oh, thank you. Because he's just, I can just see this headstone with a photograph in it. He is pulling his energy away from me a little bit, sweetheart, but I can smell, Jane doesn't like it, but I can smell lavender. So I don't know if somebody likes lavender or if he's giving you the lavender for healing, because lavender is very medicinal and it's calming and it's relaxing. So he's bringing that in for you as well to help you with the situations you've just talked about in the comments. And also he's given me rosemary as well. And I had this the other day and I can't remember what it was for. But
it's for your throat and lungs, Tony.
Right. Well, he's given me healing for that as well, sweetheart. And I will leave his love with you and see if our Jean's got anything.
Well, I've only got a bit because she'll give it all, but it's symbolic, sweetheart. Can I just say that they're wanting to give you a pair of crutches? You're not going to break a leg or anything, but it's symbolic. They're wanting to hold you up. And this is what they're trying to do. Hold you up, darling. And they also bring in a dog in. So I know you can understand where there's the dog in the spirit world. And as this dog comes in, darling, you must sense it because it sits outside of you. And it'll just sit there and sometimes it'll yap a little bit. And that's to give you the dogs are loyal and they're loving and they're for protection. And they're coming in with this, darling. It's all love for you. I've got to say that they've given so much. But you can all right, darling. But you're having headaches as well, bless you. They're telling me that you're having the headaches, sweetheart, and a lot of tension headaches and things. And you're just wondering, we all think, why me? But at the minute, sweetheart, you feel as though everything's just on you. And you're thinking, well, when are they taking this heavy load off me? And that, and they are trying to help as much as they can. They're doing everything they can from their side, sweetheart. But obviously you can't get everything. They are answering them prayers. Thank you. They're answering the prayers for you, darling. And they're just saying, but they only can do it one at a time. And can you understand somebody what bites the nails or sucks the thumb? Because while Irene and Tony were talking to you, I wanted to bite my nail or suck my thumb. I've no nails anyway, I bite them, but I'm wanting to bite my nail or suck my thumb. So you must be able to understand that, darling, where there would have been the thumb sucker and the person who bit, bites the nails or bit the nails, because they're fetching this in for you as well. Or they want to give you the vitamin C. You bite, you make it bleed, you get weak lows. They're wanting to bring the vitamin C in, darling, the oranges and things like that. They're trying to give you that upliftment. All right. It's all right, Doc. I was just doing it. And they're trying to do that for you as well, darling. Lift you up. Bring them spirits back in and let's get you back up to where you was. And this is what they're trying to do. I do know that there's a birthday in the middle of November. They're telling me, darling. And also there's an anniversary in the month of January. They're making me aware of that. And I've got to give you 7. I don't know if it's the 7th of January or the 7th of the month or 7 on a door. But they're giving me 7, sweetheart. And I nearly said something I shouldn't. Somebody leaves a window open because they're telling me to pull that window to. They don't feel it's cold, but you must be feeling the cold. You must be feeling the cold more because they're saying pull window to. So I'm going to leave all that love with you, darling, and say night and God bless from this lady and gentleman. And I'm going to say night from Tony, myself, and Irene.
I'm doing a Jean now. Can I just jump in, Emma? A lady's just handed me, wanted to hand you a handkerchief. So she knows that there's been tears. But can I say, as she showed me the handkerchief, you would understand where a lady would have had the handkerchiefs with the initials embroidered in the corners and the little bit of lace around the outside, because she's handed me that for you. And she would tuck it up a sleeve on a jumper or a cardigan. So she just wanted me to pass that on before, and you leave your kitchen window open. There you go, you see.
Yeah.
I know there were a window open.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody, again. And thank you to the loved ones that have come forward to give messages and evidence of life eternal. Because there's no such thing as death. They just step through the veil. She used to give you them for Christmas. Oh, bless her, sweetheart. Well, she's handing you this handkerchief and she'll be giving you for Christmas. It's been a wonderful evening again with you and your loved ones in spirit, because without you and without your loved ones, we would just be on the screen talking to ourselves, really, which, you know.
Can I just answer these?
Tony, Lisa Fallon's just asked.
That's what I just.
Oh, how does she get in touch for the 3 of us to do a private reading for her?
Just message one of us.
That's what I've just said. We'll be in touch. And Jacqueline Manley, I'm doing okay, sweetheart, and I've had my date finally for my operation. So I'll keep you informed with that. But I'm not doing too bad, darling.
Yeah.
But thank you for asking. I hope you're okay as well. There you go.
Yes, it's been a lovely evening again.
It's been beautiful.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. So we're on Friday. Sunday, we 3 shall be together again. Unless, are you out working somewhere, Mrs.? Or you'll be with us?
No, I'll be with you, yeah.
Our healing service as well on Sunday. So if you want somebody, a pet, a loved one, yourself, bobbing in one of our healing books, just drop us a message and we'll bob you in the healing book.
Yeah, I've wrote everybody down that asked, so.
And then Monday night, we shall be on screen again.
Yep.
Then Wednesday, it's... Who's Wednesday at Pastures Green? Liam... Michael?
Oh, Liam James.
Liam James is on at Pastures Green. I don't know who's on at Littleport on Thursday. But there will be a service at Littleport on Thursday, and that'll bring us back to Friday when we 3 shall be here again. So thank you for a lovely evening. And I know we could sit here all night. And believe me, if we said we would do a 24-hour service, Spirit will be here, because they love coming through and communicating, and they would just let us work all night. Unfortunately, it is tiring, and I've got a chicken on the side there ready to cut up and some roasties in the halogen to warm up. So I want my tea. So
that makes 2 of us. I haven't eaten yet either. So
I've eaten. I made a pan of stew. I would have.
Oh, well, you can stay on then. You can stay on and do a service, Jean, and we'll just have our tea and we'll listen in.
I'll have a
So
cuppa.
thank you, everybody. Would you like to close in prayer and Jean can sing song?
Yes, I will, darling. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Could we please bow our heads? Dear Lord, gracious Father, thank you once again for all the lovely messages and for all our wonderful congregation that have come to listen to us with our spirit families. Could we ask that healing be sent out to the world, to our animals, to our wonderful Mother Earth, and to all those on beds of sickness, Lord? And could I also ask for a guardian angel to be with everybody that's listened in tonight? And until we meet again on Sunday evening, stay safe and well. God bless you all. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Lord, keep us safe this night, secure from all our fears. May angels guard us while we sleep, till morning light appears. Amen.
Amen.
May the love of God and the Holy Spirit stay with you now and always. See you Sunday, everybody.
See you soon.
Good night. God
Good night.
bless.
See you Sunday. Good night.
Soon.